Okay, cool. I think we're in business now. I think we're in business here. Cool. So, you guys downloaded the repo, right?
Yeah.
So let's get moving here. So I'm just gonna get in the folder here. Let's see what's in September 5. Okay. So I'm just gonna make a new folder here. You guys use the command line a lot, right?
Yeah.
Who here's on a Mac actually, and who's on a PC?
I'm on a PC.
So it's two Macs, one PC, I guess. That's the ratio.
Looks like it.
Cool.
No, me as well.
So three
PCs.
PCs. Okay. So does that mean someone else is here? Okay.
I meant like two. I think it's Lisa and me
And Derek. Okay, cool. So let's say, let's continue with, let's do a little fun, something fun here. Let's have a little fun with callbacks. Cool. Let's call it callbacks. Okay. I'm going to go into the callbacks, and then I'm going to make a folder here, our index.html, simple stuff. Okay, cool. Lisa, we've been doing a lot of code along, so you're welcome to follow along or take notes or however your best learning practice is, okay?
Yeah.
It all goes up anyway, so don't worry about it. Cool.
I've heard only good things about you.
Well, they're lies.
I'm for myself.
All right. Well, it's lies. Don't listen to them. Okay. So let's do some HTML. Oops. What the heck is this? HTML. Actually, cool. You guys know that little trick, right?
Yeah.
Cool. So let's say there's an H1 here. Callbacks for fun, because we're cool like that. Open in default browser. Cool. Let's use the terminal here. Okay, cool. So we're just doing some like super simple stuff here, and we're not doing anything crazy here. All we're gonna do is we're just gonna take a look at generally why and how callbacks are beneficial, okay? And it's kind of like a little review, so at least I gets a little taste of what's going on, so bear with me, okay, guys? Fair is fair. Cool. So like, okay, cool. So let's do like a little script tag here, right? We all know what's going on here, right? Let's do a little script source. Let's call it app.js, right? Nothing crazy here. And obviously we need that file, right? So we're gonna touch app.js. Right, we don't have any problems in the JavaScript console. No errors, so we're good. Get down there, buddy. Cool. Let's do a get init here. Let's do a clear, right? We're gonna do a first commit, added, started project files. Cool. I didn't really do too many git commits last time because we were just kind of plowing through it, but I'm going to try to be as close to my regular workflow as possible, okay? And you can see once I did my git init, it gives me my master branch. Okay, cool. So, let's look. Let's do. Okay, so let's make. What do we want to do? Let's make something. What's fun here? Let's do something with posts. Like usually, you guys are you guys doing anything with that sense posts? You guys are doing RESTful operations, right? Is that right? No?
Not that I understood, but we did do it.
Okay. Don't worry, you understand more than you think.
Good.
Cool. So let's use well, okay, we're gonna use var still. Var posts is gonna be equal to an array of objects, right? And every post has a title, right? Let's just call this post 1, right? And every post has a body. And let's just say this is my first post. Cool. Nothing crazy here. And we're just gonna duplicate this line. This is my second. And we're gonna do 2. This is post 2. Cool. Nothing crazy, right? Cool. So, okay, so what do we usually do? We either have a get request or a post request of some kind, right? You guys are familiar with that, right? Yes, no? Okay, cool. So what we're gonna do here is we're gonna mimic the way a server works, okay? So I'm gonna show you the birth of the idea of a callback. Like in the sense that like, why do we even use callbacks? Why are callbacks important? And like, how do we see it on a day-to-day basis? Like let's see a real example of like where a callback all of a sudden becomes valuable. Cool? Okay, so first of all, let's do a little commit here. I'm gonna say that added some data. Cool. So let's make a function. Let's call it a create a post. And let's do another function. Let's call it get a post. Cool? And let's get.
The second function says get pot.
Wow. What? It might as well be, you know? It might as well be.
Wait till October 17th.
Man, this technicalities in life, man. Jesus. All right, so not get pot, get post. So let's call it. Right now, it's not going to do anything, right? Like we refresh the console, doesn't do jack, right? So what's our intent? Before we implement anything, we're going to, let's just say we want to create a post, right? And that is going to accept another our usual object, right? And our new post is going to have a title of post 3, let's say, right? And it's going to have a body called this is post 3. I don't know, something like that. Cool. Like right now, this doesn't do anything. Like if I refresh it, it's not going to do anything, right? Like it literally doesn't do anything. So intuitively, what do we say? We say, let's get the posts first. How about that? Let's get the posts first. So let's say it doesn't accept anything. And let's say let the output. Okay, let's use var. Output is equal to an empty string. You guys are familiar with this kind of stuff, right?
Yeah.
Cool.
Yep.
So normally, let me ask you this. if I want to get a collection of stuff, like pretend this is the server. Like this is basically the server. Backend data. Pretend. Right? And this is going to be, let's say, our REST operations. Let's say pretend controller. Right? And this is front end code that calls the controller methods. This is all just pretend stuff here, okay? Cool. So let's say I want to get a collection. So I get back a collection. Which one's our collection, first of all?
It would be posts, right?
Yep. Cool. So if I want to, let's say I have posts, right? What kind of data is posts?
It's in an array.
An array, okay. Okay. So intuitively, how do you get data out of an array?
I was thinking of using, couldn't you pass it as a parameter in using the 3 dots and put posts?
You're talking a spread?
Yeah, kind of like a spread. Couldn't you pass that array?
You could, but you don't need to pass an array to get.
Just want to access the.
Yeah.
Don't we normally just index and spot it in the array if we want?
Kind of. Yes, you're talking about a for loop, right?
Yeah, I would say like, okay, when treated as a normal array, you have to specify the child number.
Okay, kind of. Yeah. So we're getting a little bit ahead of ourselves here. This is like a super pretend example. So let me start it off by saying, first of all, we're going to do this again. We know it's an array, right? So what do? Array prototype methods, right? Right? So we're going to go back to the array prototype methods. And for, right? Remember for each? Our good friend for each. So what does that do? It loops through an array, right? So to answer Lisa, to expand on what Lisa said, Lisa, you're on the right track, except we don't like for loops anymore. Okay? For loops are okay, but if you're using array, we're going to use array methods. Always default to this. Look at all these methods, and they're growing all the time. So we're going to say posts. Actually, let's say for each posts, right? So we're going to say for each function item, right? Now, for each also accepts an index, but we're not going to use index, so it doesn't matter, but I'll leave it there for funsies. And what does it actually do? Now, an item is actually what in this case? It's a post, right? Makes sense, right? It's arbitrary. You can call it whatever you want. You can call it like I love bagels if I wanted to. Cool. So we're going to say the output is going to concatenate. And let's use, you guys use template literals already, right?
Just in the last class or two.
Cool. So you're familiar with it. So let's just say, you understand what this does? You understand this statement here? We're all on board?
Yes.
Cool. So I'm just gonna simplify here. So let's say I want to pull the post title out of each one. Right? So intuitively, now when I refresh, I should see something. We we should see something. What is going on here? Get posts. Oh, get post. The output. Did I screw something up here? Post for each. The function accepts a post. I'm going to get the post. Okay, so let's do this. The output is equal to let's just see if what that returns. Interesting. Let's just say it logs the post. Okay. Why doesn't that work? Okay, so if we get the post, let's say the output is plus equal, should still work. The outcome is equal to a list item where we put in the post. Wow, I'm so dumb. Okay, cool. Do you know what's wrong with it? I know what's wrong with it, and I'm just dumb, to be honest with you. What do you think is wrong with it? Nobody? Oh wait, I can't hear you guys. Did you guys say something? Hold on a second here. Weird. Yeah. Wonder. Can you guys hear me? Huh. Leave it to Zoom. So you can hear me, but I can't hear you. That's so random. No. What in the heck? Okay. That's interesting. Zoom. Not impressed. Yeah, it's really weird. 1 second here. I'm sorry about that.